Hey everybody, I wanted to jump on here and I guess spend a little bit of time with you guys. Let me make sure you're in frame. I am starting a new journal. I was debating on doing it as a journal make so you could see from cover to cover. Hadn't decided yet because I just I finished up another journal today, and it's one that's been kind of lingering around, and so I thought I would start on a journal that has been on my brain for many months. Let's step over here. When I started creating journals, one of the ideas that I had that I wanted to do really bad was a Frida Kahlo journal. She's one of my favorite artists, and I love her bold colors, and where is my, there it is. I love the bold colors, and I love just her whole story. I encourage you guys to check her out if you've never heard of her. Frida Kahlo. I have a little golden book here. My little golden book about Frida Kahlo. I've been debating on creating a book out of it or just creating my own book. I've been back and forth about it, which is why I haven't really started on this. But I have a whole box full of goodies that I've been collecting, I'm going to say over the last year, because I really started creating junk journals about this time last year. I really jumped into it, and so I've been quite steady at it for the last year. And a Frida Kahlo journal has been on my brain for a really long time. And so I think I'm just going to jump into it, and I think I'm going to create just a regular book instead of tearing up my golden book. I don't particularly like working with golden books. I know a lot of junk journalers do create with golden books. I don't particularly like it because of the way that the book is structured with the spine, and I'm one of those that if I work with the golden book, I try to keep the golden spine, and so in order to do that, your pages have to be cut a certain way, and in order to keep the story together, and it's just, to me, it's a bit of a hassle, and so I don't particularly enjoy creating with little golden books. So I have a physical education for high school students. It's an old library book that I'm going to cover. I guess we won't worry about that. And I kind of reinforced the spine a little bit. It's still in great shape. It's not dry rotted or anything like that, but I just wanted to reinforce a little bit with some sports tape. It's a cloth sports tape. Allows it to still be nice and flexible. The material that I want to cover this book with is this. It speaks very much Frida Kahlo to me. I mean, how matching is that? So I want to cover it with this. I do also have this material, which goes with it. I haven't decided haven't decided. Maybe if I cover on the outside with this and on the inside with this. What do you think about that? So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. I have a ton of this fabric. I don't recall where I got it. Again, I've had Frida Kahlo journal on my brain for a long time, so no telling. No telling where I got this, how long I've had it. Yeah, no telling. But I got a lot of it. There is that. There is that. So let's just jump into this. Jump right into it. Don't laugh at my little fabric scissors. These are the only fabric scissors I have. It's on my to-do list to buy me a nice big pair, but I just haven't yet, so there you go. There you go. You get the little ones. They work just the same, per se. And I just need one panel of this, because I'm just going to go the outside for now. And again, I'm thinking of doing the stripes on the inside. I could always change my mind though and pick out a color like the yellow or something in this to pop out. I don't own an iron because I'm one of those rebels. So we're just gonna have to work with this. And I think the way I want to do this, because I have an idea in my brain. So I think the way I want to do this is use my weld bond and glue it down. Typically I don't like to glue my fabrics completely like that because they seep through, obviously. But I have an idea on this finishing touch kind of thing, so just bear with me. Putting down a layer of weld bond, smoothing it out real thin, and so I've been collecting stuff for this journal for a while now. And I'm finally decided that I'm just going to jump in and do it. I'm in a spot right now. It's the 1st of September. I have nothing really going on until November. I have my inventory is built up pretty good for those November shows, and so I kind of am in a spot where I can take my time, and I finished my most recent custom orders. I'm all caught up on that, except for I did get an order for a peacock journal, but I'm waiting on the lady to bring me some stuff she wants me to use, so I can't really, I guess I could start on it, but I kind of want to see what she brings me to get an idea of what she's thinking before I jump into it. It's kind of where I'm at. So we're just gonna, since I have so much of this, I'm just gonna not stress about salvaging every piece of it. Do want it on there pretty tight and pretty straight and pretty smooth. And That's pretty good. Yep, I still bend. I still close just fine. Good deal. So, I think now I'm going to trim us down. Of course, using the little bitty fabric scissors makes me pause a moment and take my time, pay attention to where I'm cutting and all that. So there is a plus size to that. Got these little bitty scissors. I have to take little bitty cuts. So there is that. Trying to think of where I got this fabric. I don't think it has to be in some sort of clearance or something, because I just don't think I would have, you know, went to the fabric shop and picked it out and had them cut me a yard of it or anything like that. I don't think I would have done that. But again, okay. And I guess we can go ahead and, as always, I never know how close to get these corners so they'll fold over nicely. So we're just kind of winging it. What am I talking about? Most all of my junk journal creation is winging it. There's no rhyme or reason. No rhyme or reason here. Just kind of winging it, seeing what happens with it. Smoothing it out so I don't get this line of glue. I'm using a makeup applicator. It's silicone, however you say it, which is nice and handy because it's very flexible, and I don't have to stress about keeping it clean or anything like that because the glue peels right off. Just leave it on my station and let it dry, and the glue peels right off. And tuck the cover around all nice and tight. And do all 4 of the edges. See how much glue I can get on my hands while doing this. See, I didn't cut down enough. There we go. That's perfect, Shell. Look at that. Look at that corner. Ta-da! Okay, back to it. This corner's pretty okay as well. And this corner's pretty okay. This one could use a little trim, but Okay, let's see about this corner here. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. We covered our cover with fabric. I just think the colors on this are just, they scream Frida Kahlo to me. So, so now we got to decide, do we want this as our inside? Let's open it up and see what we got. There's a lot of this fabric as well. Let's see what it looks like when we pull it. Whew, softly bright. What do you think? I think we might as well. That's kind of the thought process on it. We might as well. Do we want it this way or that way? I kind of like it that way, actually. Kinda. And I have a lot of this fabric. So let me chop off a piece. Hold up the rest to set aside. And cut it down to one panel. Okay, we are cooking with fire now. I think best way to do this excuse me, let's cut along the line to see if we can get a straight-ish line. So it's kind of turned off a little cooler this weekend. I think the high today is supposed to be like 85, 86. So of course, I am a fan of the cooler weather. And so I slept with my windows open last night. And then this morning I got up and opened my doors, and it's a little after 2 in the afternoon now, but at about noon today, it got kind of warm. So my house had been open, and so I had to go through and shut up my house and turn on the air, and it's taken a minute for my air to cool it down again. But 'tis the life I live. I know that's what y'all wanted to do on a Sunday afternoon, is watch me tediously cut this fabric. And you're probably thinking, you need bigger scissors, or you need a rotary cutter, or I'm not a fabric artist, so most of my tools revolve around paper. And just so happens I have these little bitty fabric scissors I got the day I got my sewing machine. So you'll have to pardon my tediousness. I'm feeling like this is very even right here, and I'm feeling like I want to go with that. It's a folded edge of the fabric. What says you? I feel like I need to glue this down and then work my way this way. And I'm feeling like it's not even. Oh goodness. Let's just go with that and see what happens. As well, go ahead and do this whole panel, right? Since we're gluing and since we're doing this. Might as well. Okay. See how the glue is squeezing through? That's what I'm talking about, glue with fabric. If you don't spread it out, you'll have all these lines where you did the squiggles, where you did the glue. Oop. Little glue happy there. That's okay. I'm not going to get too crazy around the spine because there's a fold, you know, that's where it folds. But I do want the edges. The edges up here and down in the bottom for sure to be. Pretty solid, preferably. Let's see if we keep on keeping on with it. Getting it smooth. See where it's gonna, there's a fold, and so it needs a little bit of give where the fold is. Okay, now let's see if we can do another perfect fold. Let me do this. Let me trim us off a little bit. Nice straight line, LOL. This would be so much easier with an iron. I know, I'm fully aware of that. But again, I'm one of those rebels that don't own an iron. I think that folded it up quite nicely. Let's see. I'm going to kind of gob on the glue so it'll go through both layers. So I've got 2 layers of fabric here. And I want to make sure that we glue down pretty good. Okay. My glue's poking through, and that's okay. We're okay with that because we will dry clear. Okay, look at there. How's that for a fabric covered book? I think that worked out pretty well. Pretty darn well. So I have, again, I've been collecting Frida Kahlo stuff, which you can also find very similar as like Day of Dead stuff, or I don't know what the, but I have these. These are fabric appliques. Day of the Dead. But again, they also speak very Frida Kahlo to me. I also have this. This is a headband. And actually, maybe let's play with that for a little bit. I got this on clearance last year. So that tells you again how long I've been collecting stuff for this. It's a headband, but I'm thinking I can pull the headband out of it and just have the flowers and this. Again, it kind of speaks Frida Kahlo to me. It is more Day of the Dead, but Spanish. Frida Kahlo is Spanish or Mexican heritage. And so, let's see what the book says. Just outside, she was born in 1907, just outside Mexico City. So there you go. And Day of the Dead is a Spanish or Mexican holiday, I do believe. Probably should just stop talking about it because I'm going to probably say something that, in my ignorance, not knowing about it. But you get the gist. So, I'm thinking this is felt glued in. I'm thinking if we take apart we snip these felted pieces here. And maybe we can, okay. Maybe it is. Don't try this at home, kids. Looks like it might be. There we go. I knew if we got it going, we could get it going. Okay, I don't need this. Do I? It's a metal headband. I'm going to throw it away because I can't think of anything I need it for. So now we have this, and that's what I wanted, this flat piece. And I knew I had this headband piece in here, and I've been playing around with thoughts on it. And it's not long enough to go all the way around the book, but I'm feeling like it might be enough to go around part of it. What do you say? I'm kind of really digging that. And that's kind of what I had envisioned with this. I even remember when I bought it I think I got it at Joann's Fabrics. I asked the girls when I was checking out, because I think I got this headband for like 30 cents or something crazy like that. It was on super crazy clearance. And I remember asking the girls if they thought I could get it off the headband, and we determined at the register that I could, and it was worth me paying 30 cents to try it. So yeah, definitely. So there's that. I also have this that I've collected, and this is, let me see if I can, here's a white page. It's some charms, and it as well speaks very Frida Kahlo to me. My only concern is this is a glass, and these are glass beads. So I don't know. We'll have to set that aside and play around with it. So there we go. I've got a few things also that I plan to use with this, and printed these off of Cindy at Studio Lou. It was either, I don't recall if it was obviously her Patreon, I do believe. Maybe her Journal with Me kit, but basically it's Mexican folk art images, and I think these will go in this journal very nicely. So thank you, Cindy at Studio Lou, for that. And let's see here, what else do I have? Kind of going over what all I've got. I've got some cutouts that are very much bright, bold colors. Frida Kahlo. I showed you the appliques. I showed you this guy. I have some playing cards. They're very bright and colorful, flowery. That will go in there as well. The back sides are really kind of odd, but I think those will go nicely. I have some scrap magazine images of Frida Kahlo that I will play with. Apparently, these are all the same picture. I have those that I'll play with. I actually have this, and I haven't decided how it's best to use it, but I have a Frida Kahlo paper dolls book. Here is the paper doll that you use, and it's also got Diego's on the back. I was like, I think there's a Diego because there's some of his clothes, but such beautiful stuff. I don't know how's best to tackle these. If you have a thought on her paper doll outfits. If you have a thought on how it's best to use these, I welcome that. It's on hard. So I have that to play with. yeah, so there you go. That's kind of what I got that I'm playing around with, and I'm kind of excited to get started on this. And we have started on it. So I will I'll close this up for now because I'm going to go get me some lunch and let this kind of dry really good, and we'll come back to it and see what we got going on. Oh, I also got, as far as papers go, I got a variety of scrapbook papers that are bold and bright that I got set aside. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on with this, and like I said, I've been collecting for a while, and I'm really kind of excited to get started on it. So yeah, that's all I got for now. I'll be back soon enough, and you'll probably see me working on ephemera stuff for this journal in the next couple of videos. So anyways, that's all for now, and I'll see you soon.